Uh-oh. What's that did? Two. There's two of me. Oh, okay. Let me give you all some bit information regarding what this looks like. I'm gonna take off the double for your trouble here. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. And whoop, and whoop, and whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, look it. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh no, I'm gonna keep this on, bitch. This is fun. Okay. All right, y'all. Those of y'all who are decent beings, honor you for watching here on YouTube Live at Looking Like at the Lumi's Tribe. I'm going to give a little bit of updated information in terms of what it looks like. Okay. It's useful to know how this manifests in a target's life. If you're somebody that's trying to learn about this and evaluate some of the things and even evaluate why the target goes through some of the things that they experience versus why you may believe they do and why you were told they do by the powers that be and by those who have a lot to lose because they're going to be found out to be trapped. Yeah. All right. So, we fast to talk about that. I think I'm going to keep this on. See, ain't that weird? Two of me, two of me, two of me. Anyways, okay. So, as the collective continues to heal and evolve and grow and make adjustments and bust through some of the things, the powers that be, those are involved in the project, the fusion centers, the stalkers, the crazies, the killers, the the elites could be elites of a town and city. They may not be elites on a grand scale. They could be just elites of a town. They can just be the, you see what I'm saying, perspective. Okay. So the powers that be that are involved. Okay. Now they they begin to get aggravated the more agile and resilient the target is. So that means they continue to amp up manufacturing sabotage, manufacturing a narrative that they want to be true. And what does that look like? It means as they are incessantly hoovering the target, you target, if you're the target, you're somebody who you may have learned, okay, I'm going to evaluate my finances, what I have, what I can do, and what I can work with. Okay, based on this and this and this, I can do this if that's the fee. And this will give me blah, blah, blah. You learn to do that, okay, over time. And so you could have had a lot of lessons in that, not knowing that the entire time of your life you were being sabotaged. But it was still designed to make you feel and seem like you just can't take care of yourself. That is what an abuser does. That is what an insidious mind does. Okay. They want the target to appear a certain way. And if they can't make the target be that way, then that's when they have to come in and manufacture it. Here's an example. So let's say you reviewed your finances as the target, or the target reviewed their finances. They made a decision based on what they reviewed. They did their calculations accordingly. They call them surprise, unjust, undue fines and fees. This is a sneak attack. This is a very common one. Okay. Whether that is Shady Acres out of business to begin with, their employees doing some tricky business with the processes so that it looks one way, because it can be done. You know, you ain't got to be that smart. Okay. It can be done. I come from crooks. So I'm all about it. I come from the pros, okay? Them hoes and niggas. Uh, so that ain't going to think gaslight. That's not work. Okay. Come from crooks, maybe. White collar, blue collar, all the colors. Okay, so he's like, that's just not rock. You can try it. You try it. Yeah. So let's say you do that, and this is to tie the target's money. This is to create an inconvenience and a frustration. Even though they're going to be okay, chances are if the target has gotten this far, then that means their whole vibe, their whole frequency has did a foo 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 foo, and they'll be assisted co-creatively navigating through whatever shenanigans. That's something, a running theme that all of them should fucking know by now, but they don't. They think it's code for try harder. They think it's code for do it one more game. They think it's code for this time with spank on it. They think it's code for let's get all the motherfuckers from everywhere bitch, and do it in unison. They think it's code. Anyway, so this is to put you, they need you in a scarcity, they want you in a negative mindset. They want you to have all these issues so that they're hoping that by way then their narratives could stick, or the plot to unalight whatever is going on in little loopy heads. The world needs to hear what I'm saying, because the limited thing, they're desperately trying. I don't care. I don't care. I know I'm on point. When weird shit start happening, my new normal is on my point. I'm hitting the nerve. I'm hitting the nerve. I'm hitting the nerve. When weird, crazy shit continue to persist, to me, that's communication. That's communication. I'm on point. I'm on to something. Something. It's uh-huh. The world needs to know, the onlookers that are not a part of the stuff. Okay, because I'm not even talking to them. The individuals that are not a part of condoning, co-signing, benefiting, that the world is to know. Because as the world is, with the limited thinking, then all you're going to do is look at the target, and based on whatever your own limited thinking may or may not be, you're going to believe what these fuck nuts, these sycophants want you to believe. because you're going to see somebody seem to scramble. You're going to see somebody seeming to have financial difficulties and one thing and another, and you don't have the base and the gist as to the real. Like trying to make them seem just utterly irresponsible when no, you got weirdos, following you around. Okay, they went up here. They were okay. Okay, they got a partner. They thought I didn't know that I am aware. At this phase, I am aware. I may smile. I'll play the game as far as I have to play it. I'm aware. And I'm aware that it is not limited to Delta. Like, please, honey, this shit would come on. Come on. Shit was happening in Silsby. The Silsby's a small town, so ain't much shit could be done. Both shit that you can do. You got both shit. You got both anyway. So that's what they do, you guys out there. They start to manufacture these sabotages when the target begins to evolve and heal and transform. Hence, you all have heard me tell stories about work, what they did with that. You hear me tell these are real, true life examples. You hear, they want to weaken their body. So you hear the examples of people, botanists and whatever weird shit, they're starting to put so it can just seem like coming in units, putting weird shit, all those things because they're trying to break down that target. And as the target continues to alchemize and go through, then it infuriates them, especially when there's a loss, especially if a message has come forward to any of them that you're done. You do know that. Like, you can continue on at your own risk. You can continue this bullshit at your own risk. You can continue doing spells, paying for spells. You can continue to try to annoy them and anger them at your own risk. You can continue. But this is all you're done. And that's just going to be on you from that. And when this happens, a lot of them, again, those that are still involved in trying to pull, this is exploitation of connections. That's all this really is. It's, networks, connections, and this is something that's easily done in small towns because there's less accountability on a larger scale. That's why. That's why. And this is why NPCs and toxic karmic family members, all that, this is why they collab to seek such because there is less accountability when you deal with smaller towns and it's harder to see and detect it being hidden off in a way and less higher, because the authorities that be there, you see what I'm saying, on that smaller scale, be corrupt. And they be then weasel their way through all that. This is why, and it happens everywhere because I hear TIs talk about all over the place. So I get that. I'm explaining why it's easier to do and why it's harder to like fine tune or get because it's like you got all these people, all the grand people collabing. And so, in other words, what this means, they lying for each other, they're covering for each other, they're giving each other fake alibis, fake documents, fake reports. You have people calling, okay, they see the target go to a business, they call I've seen the strangest things happen. I told you all about a month or so ago, a gentleman, I ran into a gentleman over by Lowe's or whatever the fuck that is over there. And he was all cutesy and cool and all jazzy. And then he was a little bit off. And I detected that because it's like, okay, whatever. I wouldn't have bet you though. How much you want to bet? I'm willing to bet a few folks that came playing in my face, they experienced something that they didn't want to. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Because again, low lives, being low lives. Okay. Wasting my time. I required something of that. Playing the games, playing my energy. And I put a judgment on all things like that, businesses, because it's like, don't fucking play with me. I don't give a fuck. Don't play with me. I don't care if Shanae is your home girl. Don't play with me. I don't care if Rosita is your home girl. Don't play with me. Anywho, so with that being said, for those of you, I don't know if you all have donated to any of the causes here. I just want to say for the record, if you have, that I haven't received anything. Our accounts, our privacy gets hijacked, and people just aren't willing to accept that that's what's going on. Okay. Gets tapped into like we're some kind of terrorists from other countries or like we're some kind of famous people. Okay. So if you all have donated and put something in Cash App, I'm letting you know now. Or even the GoFundMe shit. I haven't gotten anything. So just know that. And if you do want to, this is why I recommend say something, some kind of people got to get some courage. I don't know what happened to courage. Like these are a lot of people nowadays, they act like badasses in the world, but it's like, where is where did that go? Where did that go when it comes to getting to us? And yes, I'm aware that they try to play with a lot of things. So all I can tell you, I may start keeping the comments on. I try to cut it off when I go live on here, but I may keep on. But people come in on that trash. It's a part of why I go, they come on bullshit. It's some of them is they spell, they still trying to use spells. Okay. So I can use, my son can use, and we would honor support. We certainly will honor this month. The next few months is going to be fascinating. But yeah, because they just sabotaged my finances, and I'm going to bust the fuck right through that too. As I said, I'm going to bust the fuck right through that too. And I decide when I want to take off shit, bitch. Man, bitch. Now, how what's funny to me is like a lot of these motherfuckers is the most highfalutin, hasta diddy, nose up in the air, nose bleeding motherfuckers, right? Highfalutin. They think bad, they think it's shit. They only that because they go posse. Take that away, they don't do shit. Can't handle shit. Talk bad shit on the very targets in which they sabotage, but they can't handle shit. They can't handle. They can't handle shit. laughing, how I'm like, nigga, bitch, please. Nigga, bitch, please, right now. Right now, right now, right now. You're no cool, you're no positive. That shit go up under, you can be crying, you be on your knees. Be on your knees. And hell, for someone in my position, if they were me and they were in that situation, they'll be on their knees doing something else. Okay. Well, listen, and like I said, I don't have issue. You can't be me and have a life and a story that I've had and have an issue. I don't have an issue with people's life and sexuality. I believe society has a tendency to do too much with that, and that's a whole other animal. Okay. I don't have a problem with that. I do have a problem though with people who go around acting highfalutin. Okay. I don't got a problem with spicy words for her. But I do have a problem with people who act highfalutin, though. They act highfalutin. They act like they bad. They act like they're destructible. They act like they hashtag boss bitch, hashtag boss dude, hashtag. You know what I'm saying? They act like that because they got their mammy and their daddy, and you know what I'm saying. Their little cliques. They act like that. But should they have to experience the very things that they participate in creating for the collective? Like I said, they'll be on their knees. 100% guaranteed. They'll be on their knees crying to anybody who would listen. They'll be on their knees doing some other things that they accuse the collective of doing. Because they wouldn't know what to do. Either they'll be on their knees doing that or they'll be in a lonely bed, which is what they've been hoping to accomplish. Like this is gonna make you go, oh no, what is this is fuel, bitch. And me learning how to temper so that I don't stay in anger. Oh, see, I'm finding out all their little tricks. Anger is an emotion. However, none of our emotions are actually meant to just be locked into, and it could affect the liver. It can keep you in your body emitting too much cortisol, which is the slow death. Like I said, terrorism, no touch terrorism. They call it psychological warfare for a reason. This ain't about mind over matter. I'm gonna stay positive and fuck them that they ain't with me kind of shit. That's not what this is. Because that's the standard of such as life. But that's not what is happening. And when it don't, come on, when it don't happen like that, that's when they up that child. They be mad. You know what? I'm supposed to do me a reading a little bit. I got to clear my energy. I'm supposed to clear my energy, bitch. And then we'll see. We'll see how I may be getting ahead of myself. Okay. Because what I do, I'm going to continue to share the story and the journey, but I'm also continuing to do the stuff that helps us too. If you are a TI, if you're somebody who's observing and trying to understand, because you don't want no part of bullshit, and you're trying to maybe see how you could assist. Okay. This information is all good for you all as well. Okay. So all the techniques to help us to, own and breathe through, but get us out of the vibes that they keep trying to keep us in. Okay, that's why they want to hoover you with weird witches, wizards, and warlocks. And, and that's why they want to exploit. Oh, this we need a we ought to we have a to check. That's why anything. Just shoot anything, anything, just anything. Okay. So we're going to continue to. I'll share those things that helps us to get ourselves like, boop, 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 to get our energy for like it's like we're not avoiding, we're not bypassing, but too much of it can be detrimental. This is why they're constantly trying to do that shit. Because some of them know they, nigga, some of them know this shit is over. Period. They know. And it's a situation where they know it and they're pissed, so they just want to act a fool. You know how a kid be. I'm pissed. I'm acting a fool. That's what this is. And they want to affect your state of being so that you can navigate. Man, the other day, I swear, I, I swear, I caught on to why they need my intelligence compromised so goddamn bad. Why they need me discombobulated so bad. Why they terrifies the hell out of all of them. And the idea of me having 5 minutes of solace. You got to be a powerful bitch. You have to be a powerful bitch for something like that to terrify motherfuckers. You got to. Because what you going to do in 5 minutes? You see what I'm saying? I didn't even say 24 hours. I said it terrifies them for 5 fucking minutes. The idea that you got some good, clean solace. When I say good, clean, you're not being a mommy, you're not tending to your mommy daddy duties, you're not sleep because sleep is what they like to take advantage of. No, just 5 minutes of solace where they can't see you, where they can't, you know, try to get in and go gadget and shit. 5 minutes. That's why everybody in all the cars, bitch, come out. Go gadget transformers, bitch. It terrifies. But why? I figured it out. At first, I was scratching my head. I kept saying, I don't understand. Like, I kept saying, like, why is this? Now I get it. Not only is to distract you, not only is it to keep your energy discombobulated or hopefully make you sick, because again, long-term exposure, it has detrimental physical effects. Okay, it's